The M4 Sherman is a tier whatever the fuck. BR no fucking clue American medium tank that's more American than shitty celebrities, even shittier beer, and not being able to go to Walmart because of coronavirus.
What do you mean I'm not allowed in the Walmart?
The Sherman has also been passed around more than Katarino. Seriously, every country in the game has a Sherman, except Sweden. Fuck Sweden. Because of this, I've made the executive decision to split this video into 3 parts. Part number 1 will go over how to 75 Sherman. Part number 2 will teach you how to 76 Sherman. And last but not least, part number 3 will show you how to Sherman Jumbo, with a little word at the end about universal things. Click any of the annotations on screen to jump to whatever you wanna watch. I'm giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Fuckhead. Anyways, here is how to join the wall 8 twice in a row. You load a decent amount of M61, a bit of APCR, if you have it, and tell everything else to go fuck itself. Except maybe a bit of smoke. Smoke is cool. Once you spawn in, try to stick with your teammates. Not only will they be able to draw fire away from you, but they'll also be able to spot enemies and even be able to save you if you get into a fucked situation. If the 75 Sherman you're driving has a rounded hull, try to avoid angling your armor as much as possible, because angling your armor will literally just make it easier for enemy gamers to shit on you. If you have a square hull, rejoice, because you can angle it around 30 degrees to maximize your frontal armor. Also, as a rule of thumb for all Shermans, make sure you spend some time looking at the X-rays and armor analysis of tanks you'll be going up against to better understand what you'll encounter. Once you find out a tank's weak spots, you abuse the fuck out of your speedy 5-second reload to absolutely nut all over unsuspected nerds. Also, like all Shermans, the 75 has very good gun depression and an even better forehead. Unlike Florida Man, this allows you to peek hills while exposing a minimal amount of your tank. This concludes the guide on how to 75 Sherman. Please skip to the last portion of the video to find out where to invest your crew skills. Later, skater. Now that fucking shit pile is over with, here's how to play the absolute Chad Sherman, the one with the long penner, aka the one from Fury you dumb freeboo. You load a decent amount of M62, some APCR if you have it, and tell everything else to go fuck itself. You play this thing basically like the 75 Sherman, but you have a much better gun. You use this to your advantage by getting the drop on people with your stabilizer and commencing high impact sexual violence. Another thing to remember is that even though the reload on the 76 is a bit longer than the 75, it's still much shorter than practically anything you'll be facing, because your loader is juiced on fucking hamburger and creatine. You use your 3 inches of divine intervention to absolutely skullfuck the opposition, with one hand on your mouse and your other hand on your other 3 inches of divine intervention. Also, like all Shermans, the 76 has very good gun depression and an even better forehead. Unlike meth heads, this allows you to peek hills while exposing a minimal amount of your tank. This concludes the guide on how to 76 Sherman. Please skip to the last portion of the video to find out where to invest your crew skills. Alright, last but not least, we come to the thick boy, the obtuse rubber goose himself, the Sherman Jumbo. This tank is literally just a Sherman with a piece of sheet metal glued to the front of it, and it's also like an entire British rail hire because of it. Fun. The Jumbo follows the same rules as prior Shermans, with the only 2 exceptions being that you're fat and slow, and thus, can't get around as much, just like a real American. Exception number 2 is that you're now facing tanks that can easily pen your lower side armor, which is right where your big juicy ammo racks are, so make sure that you angle at most 15 degrees or so to maximize your frontal armor while protecting your sides. You stick with your teammates, use your massive upper plate to soak up shots to farm points, and abuse enemy weak spots to further lengthen your internet penis. Also, like all Shermans, the 75 and 76 Jumbo have very good gun depression and an even better forehead. This allows you to peek hills while exposing a minimal amount of your tank. But for the love of God, do not catch me fucking sniping in this tank thinking you're Chris Carr or the next Patton. I will skull fuck you. This concludes the guide on how to Sherman Jumbo. Stay tuned for the last portion of the video to find out where to invest your crew skills. For your crew skills for all Shermans, start off with weapon reloading, to reload the gun faster, and leadership, to unlock Brad Pitt. Next, work on tank driving, to flank tigers easier, and targeting, to dunk on kids from the 3-point line. When you're done with all that, start working on field repair, because every single time you get shot your gun will break, and keen vision, to spot shitters from far away. After that, do whatever the fuck you please. This is how to play the M4 Sherman. Now get out there and start reenacting Fury.